Hello, BookTube. It's Gina, and I'm here today to participate in the March of the Mammoths read-along, the March event where we read big, chunky books. And this read-along was created and is co-hosted by Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, and I'll try to remember if I can figure out how to put a link to that video down below. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone a little bit on this read along and read a book that I really bought because of the cover. I do have to admit sometimes that I buy books because they look really pretty, and this is one of those ones that I just thought, oh my gosh, that looks so gorgeous. I bought it thinking I'm going to plop this on my shelf and maybe I'll get to it eventually, but I bought it about a month ago, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. It's a little under 800 pages, so it might be a little bit of a cheat, but I'm going to count it anyway. I'm really excited to read this book. It's not the style or the sort of the genre of book that I normally would read. I have to say, sort of these adventure stories are not something that's in my normal comfort zone. So I'm excited to try something a little bit different, and also to read a book like this that is so part of cultural heritage, something we've all heard of and talk about but haven't really read. So I'm excited to actually read it and see what it really contains rather than just what I have heard about. I'm only about 30 pages in right now because it's so big, it's a little bit hard for me to read. And I do the majority of my reading in bed with my Kindle. I read it usually a couple hours at night, and I just can't read this in bed. It's too big and chunky. So I will probably save this for the weekends when I'm kind of down just reading in a chair, sitting upright, rather than under the covers with my Kindle, because it's not available on Kindle. Actually, I bought this edition, and I would have bought a Kindle edition, but I can't find it in this same translation. So this is the Lawrence Ellsworth translation, and I would have found it on my Kindle with the same translation, but there's other ones, but not this particular one. And I don't, of course, want to be reading two different translations. So I'm going to read this on the weekends. I am only about 30 pages in right now, but I think I'll be able to finish it before the month is over. So I will see. I'll keep you apprised and let you know what I think about it at the end of the month. Thank you, BookTube.